So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, here's the rookie who played in-state at Austin. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And he'll take this to the 35, and that'll move the chains. It's a first down.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst, they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
This one caught by DJ Chark. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield.
Anytime you're facing a zone defense, you're working from your first progression all the way through. But when guys are open in this level, Mike, they don't stay open very long. So what they taught us as receivers, if you're open, stay open. And if you're not open, you better get open quick, because that ball...
That one underthrown and intercepted. It's the safety, Jalen Petrie.
When you find yourself in this situation, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
Now a first and 10 from the 38-yard line. Now the second-year man out of Alabama, Jahmyr Gibbs. And that'll go for a gain of about 4. Malik Hooker there on the tackle. Here's second and 6. From the gun, it's Goff. And he's down inside the 40-yard line.
These were the chunk plays they thought they could get here against this pass defense. They thought the passing game favored their offense in this matchup, and I think we can expect this to be the case the rest of the game.
Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on first down. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Once again, it's Gibbs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
Now, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the first down. If you decide to air it out, everything's short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. So let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play.
Here's Gibbs. And he's going to be stopped just short of the goal line. Couldn't reach that ball across, setting up 2nd and goal. Here now, 2nd down and goal. Now Goff to the goal line and in. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. It's his 3rd touchdown on the year. Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the end zone, here's Cavante Turpin. And he will get cut down short, shy of the 20-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
Then we're going to 53. What do you think?
They'll begin here on the ground.
The ball carried by number 23.
They face second down and 7.
Here we go, going to 54, go. Yeah! Here we go,
Now it's a bootleg with Prescott. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. They get 22 yards there. That's good for a Dallas first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Yeah! 26.
Now give on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds. The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
That is Ferguson in motion. A run now on second down. Now a flag comes in. It was thrown by the umpire. The pickup is 4, but usually that's a holding penalty.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to CeeDee Lamb. Third down coming up.
He does a fantastic job, Mike, of not only locating the ball in the air, but then attacking it hands on hands. That's exactly something they work on every week in practice. Great job translating those drills into a live game.
On third down, they'll try to get it on the ground.
Ball carrier. Taken down at the 41. A gain of 5. It's fourth down.
On fourth down, it is Pro Bowler Brandon Aubrey for the Dallas field goal. This officially a 58-yard attempt. And this is no good. Could not get it up. Set to go now on first and 10. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And third down coming up. Throwing, Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it. And he will score. Game Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A terrific play all the way around, finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 50. Yeah!
Drive will start on the ground. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. Alex Anzalone in for the tackle. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On play action, here's Dak. A throw on the move is caught. And he is out of bounds on the other side of midfield. That's his 3rd catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
Going to 53. Yeah, here we go. Right take.
Play action now. Prescott. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
The best quarterbacks, Mike, they don't necessarily even have to see the running back in the check down. They can just feel him. It allows them to keep their eyes downfield, allow their tight ends and wide receivers to continue to work open. In this case, nice job by the quarterback getting that ball in his hands and letting him do the rest after the catch.
And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. Here's a run. They'll come up with nothing there. Fortunate just to get back to the line. And that'll set up 2nd and goal.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground, Mike. There was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Doesn't get much better than that. Had he gotten there just a little bit earlier, he probably draws the flag a little late. It's probably a touchdown.
3rd and goal.
Going to 53. Yeah! Here we go.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd. Yeah, he does a nice job handling that kick there, but I think offensively, you come back to the sideline and you're thinking, we have to find a way to finish these drives. I mean, to be in 1st and goal and settle for 3, that can be very deflating for an offense settling for too many field goals.
And no chance to return this one. Through the end zone for a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And a pickup of 3 or maybe 4. Micah Parsons on the tackle. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing here is Goff. Going for it all. That ball incomplete. Got the hands in there to break it up. Could have been a big gainer. It sets up a third down.
I'll tell you what, Mike, considering how this offense has played in the first couple possessions, I'm surprised that one wasn't completed. It seems like that's the first miss of the game. Continue to push the ball downfield. Continue to build on this momentum because so far they've come out hot in this one.
2 for 1, 2 for 1. Rick Flair.
They'll bring St. Brown in motion. From the gun, on third down, it's Goff. And that is incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring fourth down right in the face.
To return, it is Turpin. And that's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 50, here we go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
Yeah! Here we go! Right take!
Play fake. Prescott. This pass right side caught by Lamb. And he is out of bounds, but not until he's inside the 40-yard line. A big connection from Dak to CD. 31 yards.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
From the 39, here's a first and 10.
Yeah! We're going to 54, wide in.
Handoff here, up the middle. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's second down.
There we go!
Go play action. It's Prescott. That is intercepted by the first-round pick from Alabama, Terrion Arnold. And the Lions will take over here just past the 30.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
On first and 10, here's Goff. Now a shot here, deep middle. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
The Lions call their first timeout as the clock stops. 50 seconds to play until halftime. Here's second and 2. Goff to throw. Throwing right. It's taken in. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. Now Detroit's going to use their second timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go until halftime. On first down, it's gone.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the first down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback. Just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
On second down, Goff. That one, taken in. Touchdown, Detroit. And the show continues. What a first half he's had, Greg. A third touchdown pass with that one.
Mike, what stood out to me the most so far is just the amount of space these guys have had to operate in. I think if I'm this defensive coordinator, me and my staff at halftime are revisiting this game plan. They obviously felt good about it coming in, but I don't think there's anything to feel good about thus far.
Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll come up here, 1st and 10.
Going to 53. There we go. 26.
Now, Prescott. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime.
Here we go. Going to 54. Going to 54. Yeah, here we go.
Dak going to throw it here on first down. Open man down the field. It's Ferguson. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
The most valuable real estate on the field, Mike, that every offense is trying to attack is the middle of the field. So when you have a tight end who's as good as this guy and you can get vertical down the middle, man, that is a nightmare for these defenses to deal with.
Open man's got it. That's Chark. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, here we go. 26. 26.
Again, Prescott to the air. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is.
It is brought in the end zone. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half, but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
Just 8 seconds now until halftime, and the kick's away. And no run back here. It's a touchback, but with the new rule in effect, with the ball bouncing in the landing zone, they'll start this drive at their own 20. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10.
all you want. Two.
Goff to throw. Fires left sideline. That is complete. So we reach halftime, and the visiting Lions are in the lead. As we'll send you over to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman standing by. He's got the EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach. Thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And no... Return this one through the end zone for a touchback. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look.
Go.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
By the end of last season, Mike, on that NFC Championship run of the Detroit Lions, Jahmyr Gibbs really found his stride. They can do so many different things with him, run game, pass game, no matter how you do it. When you get the ball into this kid's hands, he can do a lot.
First down, and they stick with Gibbs. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Second down and 8. They send him right out of the slot. They're going to run out of the gun with Gibbs. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's too early at this point, Mike, to really start thinking about the clock. You definitely don't want to go into a shell. But now this is the point in the game where having a good ground game really starts to take over. You throw to get the lead, but man, once you get it, that ground game, that's what finishes the game off.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Gibbs. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up third down. From the gun, it's Goff. That'll be caught. It's Jahmyr Gibbs. Taylor Decker, the former Buckeye, guilty on that one. The task now, a really tough one. Third and very long. Here's Goff. That is intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Micah Parsons. And he's going to set up his guys with great field position. A huge chance to cut into the deficit.
So we saw in the first half, Mike, they were willing to take some risks. It allowed them to build this halftime lead. Now the opposing sideline, they're looking to fight back. They're looking to cut that lead down. That's what that coverage seemed. It looked like they baited that quarterback to force that errant throw and lead to that turnover. Now it's their offense coming back on the field with a chance to cut this deficit. Well, Mike, you know the old saying, the more tight ends on the field, the better. And in this case, it worked out perfectly. A lot of big bodies on the field, hat for a hat. Nice job there by the back, picking up a good gain.
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
And just like that, you go from 2nd and inches, where you think it's pretty much a given that you're going to move the chains, to now finding yourself in 3rd and 2 or 3. Great job by that defense. This completely changes this possession. And if he's late with that throw, Mike, there's a really good chance a defender could have made a play on it. But he does a beautiful job. He puts the ball out in front of his shoulder, leads the receiver, and allows him to get upfield and pick up the first down.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
Yeah! Here we go! Like 20.
Back to the ground, he'll get it again. And this defense up to the task there. Gain of just 2, and it's 3rd down.
A gain of 2 brings up 3rd and 7.
Go to 54, go to 54. Yeah, here we go.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. That's taken in. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up 4th down. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Cowboys are able to get it back within a score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves.
He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. The Cowboys have it.
Mike, we hear that term run after catch so often, and sometimes people miss that there's kind of a middle phase. There's the catch, but before it turns into a run, you have to secure the ball as a ball carrier, right? It needs to be put away, properly held, points of pressure, front tip up against your body. All of that is kind of taken for granted. Catching it is just step 1. You've got to secure the ball before you become a runner.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
There we go, going to 53. Here we go. 26.
We'll try the right side this time. And nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
On second down, it's Dak. That is caught at the 3. And he's in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas. That is second touchdown of the game. This one number 7 on the year. Greg, they take advantage of the good field position and move it downfield for the score.
When you take the field as an offense, there's a little added confidence boost, Mike, when you see yourself this close to the end zone. You get into the huddle, you're anxious to see what the next couple plays are. You're able to take advantage and end up punching it in.
And that is not going to work. It's incomplete. Trying to tie the game with a 2-point conversion, but unable to do so. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Goff to throw on first down. To get this complete, it's Williams over the middle. And a big strike for good yardage there all the way up to midfield.
Well, any fear they might have had that they'd come out of the halftime break flat has completely gone out the window. They're not content, Mike, here, just having the lead. They're looking to extend it. A couple more plays like that, they're going to find themselves in scoring territory here very quickly.
Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. They'll come up here on second down and 5. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up third down. So, 3 quarters have come and... This crowd into it now as we get to third down. Now, Goff. That one on target to Williams. He's got it.
At this point in the game, Mike, it really starts coming down to the number of possessions. So that's a huge first down conversion. Fresh set of downs. Now, the balance is stay aggressive and maintain the ball, but also start working this clock.
First and 10. To throw is Goff. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently. Not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
That's caught by Gibbs. And he'll be very close to a first down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot. Here's third down and a few inches. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find an opening, but too good in the middle from the defense. They stop this up, and now it is fourth down.
And now this brings up a tough situation, Mike, because even if they were going to consider going for it on fourth down, how do you do so when you couldn't even manage to get a few inches on third down? Disappointing result for them on that play.
On fourth down, Goff. Open man, left side. He's got it. A gutsy call, but they pay it off. It's a gain of 17. An opportunity for what could be a game-sealing touchdown right here. First down and goal. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he is going the wrong way. Tackled back at the 7.
This defense knows the importance of this drive. They have to keep this game at one possession. That's a great start there on first down.
Throwing on second down, Goff. And he'll take it on in. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. And this one is blocked. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. From the end zone, here's Kavontae Turpin. And he'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22. From the shotgun, it's Dak. He'll drop this one down to the fullback. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Hey, kill. Everyone, kill. What do you think?
Second down, Prescott. In the middle of the field, it's taken by CeeDee Lamb. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Prescott now. Open man, downfield, it's CeeDee Lamb. That's catch 3 just on this drive, and it gets his team a first down.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They clearly have a mismatch in their favor, and every time they've looked his way, he's continued to make big plays. If I'm this coordinator, I think I'm giving him one more shot and see if he can push this thing over the goal line and come away with 6.
The road gets a little tougher now. It's 1st and 20.
Hey, 47. 26.
A shotgun snap for Prescott. He's got the open man. That's Jalen Tolbert.
How fast things can flip. You find yourself in 1st and a mile after taking a penalty on first down. But that chunk play there in the passing game now gets them back in sequence with the chains and brings up a more manageable second down.
We're going to 54. Here we go. 46. 26.
They'll drop to throw. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. DJ Reed that time. Good tight coverage, and he's able to get a hand on it.
So now after that last incompletion, this brings up a critical 3rd down. But remember, Mike, they don't have to get it all here in one play. They've got 3rd and 4th down.
He's got his big tight end, Jake Ferguson. Touchdown, Cowboys.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still one stop away from being the hero.
He's got a man. That's caught. Give them the 2, And we are tied here in the fourth quarter. Tie game. Still time to break that tie, though, as you see. Maybe run a 2-minute offense. And the kick's in the air. Not much too much power on that kick over the back lines with the new rules in effect. They'll start the drive at the 30-yard line. This is 1st and 10. Throwing here is Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And they're going to bring him down, but there is a penalty marker on the field. Here's 1st down. Now Goff. Throwing right, it's taken in. And that'll help a bit. They're still well short of the sticks. A solid pickup on that 1st down play. Here's a 2nd and 9.
We're good. We're good.
Throwing, Goff. Deron Bland. Good coverage, and he gets his hands on that one.
The game is there for the taking. They control their own destiny, but this brings up a really big 3rd down here. But remember, they don't have to force it and push the ball past the sticks. Even if they come up short, they still have 4th down in their back pocket to try to extend this drive and see if they can pull out the win here late.
And that is incomplete.
When this offense took the field, in their mind, Mike, they want to end this game in regulation. You do not want to play for overtime. And now as this 4th down comes up, I think this coach has a decision to make. Do you remain aggressive and keep the offense on the field and try to end it here? Or do you make the safe play and punt the ball away and settle for overtime?
And this will not turn out to be a good return. Forced backwards, and they get him out of bounds. This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go. Wait.
Now Prescott. The throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. And nothing cooking on that one. He'll be met and tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. And they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining on the clock. A lot riding on this play. Tie game, final minute, 3rd down. He's got his tight end. That's Ferguson. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their 2nd. The clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the game. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down.
Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Go to 54. Go to 54. Why? Hey, kill. Here we go. Going to 53.
Operating from the gun, here's Dak. He's going to look for the home run ball. And the Lions are going to take possession here at their own 33.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Here's 1st and 10.
Tiger. 17. 5. 12. What's up?
From the gun, it's Goff. He'll let this one go long for Williams. That is incomplete, so the task gets more difficult. Time for maybe 2 plays. That's it.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
76.
On second down, Goff. Working free downfield, it is Williams. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. So, overtime coming up, not a playoff game, so a quick reminder of the rules. Each team gets 1 possession unless the opening possession is a touchdown. Then it's game over. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts, and all replays come from upstairs. If the first OT ends in a tie, so does the game.
Brendan Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10.
We go. 76. 76.
Now Gibbs. And a minimal gain here, only to about the 31. Here's 2nd and 9. Now a first throw here in overtime. He'll look underneath and finds Gibbs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Goff. This one intercepted.